I'm extremely grateful to my parents, my father, especially. My father has always been a strength of bone to me, always, because he and my mother, they always wanted me to pursue science, to do medicine, because that's what they believed, that I would excel in the field of medicine. However, ever since I was a child, I always knew that I would want to devote myself to the life of civil services, like Indian administrative services, which is why I was very passionate about humanities, arts. And I somehow tried to convince, when I was in class 11, I was actually a science student here in St. Anthony's for 7 months, for 7 to 8 months.
Why makes you to change to the arts?
Yes. As a child, I was always very passionate about humanities. I would study about Western philosophy. I would study about world history. So I was very fascinated by, the revolution that has occurred all over, whatever that has been. And I've always been a passionate reader, and I've always been in love with literature, and in that ways I had no passion for science at all. But my father, after my 10th board results, he did not ask me. He very randomly got me admitted in St. Anthony's in the science stream, and I couldn't change that. So I was there for 6 to 7 months, and then the turning point came in my life when I was not more than 2 weeks away from my class 11 selection exams in the school. It was just 2 weeks away. I stood up to my father. I told him I had to take my decision. I need to shift to arts because that's what I'm passionate about, and if I do not pursue it, I might regret it later. So he talked to the then principal, Father Surjit Tikka, and I made the shift within 2 days, and I was just 2 weeks away from my selection exams, and everyone was so progressed with their preparations for the selections, and I had no books at all. I didn't know what was the syllabus. Somehow within a week I managed the syllabus, I managed the notes, and I did whatever I could, and I stood 6th in the stream when the results came out, within 2 weeks of preparation, without knowing nothing, and I somehow stood 6th, and that actually helped me build my confidence in my academics. The last year that I went, in class 12, I stood the 2nd in my stream in the selection exams, but the last selection exams that occurred in November last year, I stood the 5th again. My graph went down again, and which is why kind of shattered my confidence. But this morning, as I woke up to my results, yes, it was an incredible. Success is a very the person behind success is a very subjective term, I would say, because it was everything basically. My father, for having believed in me, I would say it was my father who actually extremely believed in me, because it was always his dream for his daughter to take up medicine, and for his daughter to make the shift must have been quite a little traumatic experience for him, but he didn't show that. He supported that. And my mother, she has always been my bone of strength, and my parents, the institution, it was everything. Always the school, the prestigious school, St. Anthony's, my principal, Father Anthony Kakunga, who was more like my best friend. He is a very humble man, and he believed in me. My teachers, Miss Rimi, Miss Fida, Miss Wanpinsuk, all of them, they utterly adored me, and I adored them back, and my parents.